In the AFC Conference Championship, we saw this defense once again put on a show, limiting the Steelers' offense to under 150 total yards. Offensively, we had a big problem when Kyler Murray went down early on in this game, though Mason Rudolph in his first time playing did very well to just manage the game as we would walk away with a 17-13 win. And that leaves us at Super Bowl weekend, taking on the Dallas Cowboys, led by Lamar Jackson. They have a pretty good offense, number one in the passing game. Rushing, average, 16th, but they're a top 10 scoring offense. Meanwhile, our offense is just middle of the road across the board, 11th in points per game, 13th in both passing and rushing yards. Defensively, we have a really good rush defense, third in the league. However, it says we have a bad passing defense, only 24th, but we've seen over and over again, at least during the postseason, this defense is not to be messed with. They're not the concern, though, going into this game. We had an injury, a practice injury going on into this game, leaving us without our number 2 receiver, our rookie receiver in George Green. With a hip pointer injury, he's going to be out. We also have Enrique Sherman, the tight end 2. He's also out. So we're going to have to see Willis really step up at tight end. He also is our starting fullback. We're running thin there. And we're going to see Chenault Jr. hopefully have a resurgence in the offense. And hopefully this offense scores some points because they haven't been doing all too much of that. It's been the defense who has led us to this point. And if we win today, that will conclude the Central Plains States Only Challenge. We'll see where they lie if we end at the end of this episode. And if we do, tomorrow will be voting day for the new state only challenge. So make sure you're sticking tuned to the community tab on this channel so that way you can vote. I always give 3 options. There's one option that's always been a runner-up, and who knows, maybe they'll be the next winner, but that's all to be decided post-game. So let's jump on in to the Super Bowl matchup. And it will be our best side out first as the defense set to take on this Cowboys offense that does have a lot of star talent. With a throw play 1, it's dropped. I believe they tended to get that out to one of their tight ends. And just really good coverage, quickly claps and knocking it free. Will be 2nd and 10 with another quick throw going up top. They have Smith, I believe that is short of the first down. I'll credit him with about 9 3/4 of a yard on that one, leaving just a few inches here on 3rd. Then they hand it off down the middle with an open gap, picking up the first down and a few extra yards. Kenneth Walker III. And considering they have guys at every single level of this offense, defense is going to have to perform their best that we've seen as they go back up top to Smith, and he gets another about 9 yards. I'd imagine we see a variety of looks here, though they typically are coming out with a multitude of receivers. Rolling, going to find one with a juke in and down to around the 35. I'm going to assume that was Rashee Rice, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't think I've seen him wear 4. Could be wrong. Either way, they're into plus territory here. Now with a single back set, Lamar throwing again across the middle. This was the number 3, if I'm not mistaken, offense. But Lamar Jackson, a bit shaken up. He'll head to the sideline in pure frustration, I get it. Leaving him with a 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Backup quarterback is in. His first throw is intercepted in the end zone. Chidobe Awuzie gets the pick. Carson Wentz comes in for one play, tries to play hero ball to get it out to Rice, and it's intercepted, blowing up their drive that was looking really good. As for us, Kyler Murray makes his return after his injury early in the AFC Conference Championship. Looking to start off with a big throw, and it's just tipped away from Shepard. Going with the dagger play right after the INT. Gotta appreciate the play call there. Though we don't gain anything. 2nd and 10 will be another throw. Murray Gonna roll down to the bottom, had plenty of space, but Montez Sweat and someone else credited with the sack. He just did not need to stay as close to the line as he did there. Be a loss of 3, leaving 3rd and 13. As Kyler Murray quick pressure and dropped immediately. Hargrave gets back there, and after 2 back-to-back sacks, we'll have to punt. But the good news for Dallas is Lamar Jackson back out there. The one play he obviously wasn't out there was the interception, as they go right back to the passing game, and this time they do find Rice, just with their starting quarterback. Already gone his way fairly often. 2 catches and at least 3 targets, as they come out now with 3 tight ends up top. Going with a stretch. Walker not quite going to get by Okoronkwo. Slows him down, then gets met by, I believe it was Dylan Bonds and Murray Jr. Will be a gain of essentially nothing, leaving 2nd and 10. Another throw from Lamar in the pocket across the middle, finding their tight end, and a secure catch will make it 3rd and 4. And they will stick with a heavier set here. Went with it on 1st down, didn't work out. They will throw from it instead. Jackson deep downfield, diving to secure the grab. Number 5 gets them to the 5 in a McAllister. I believe that's a draftee as they stick with that same look. Walker right down the middle, plows through the defender on his way to the end zone. A strong statement run from Kenneth Walker III. And we really need our offense to answer back here as we start at the 24. We did nothing but really get sacked that first drive. Actually get a pass off, finding Trey McBride, as now Javon Hargrave for the Dallas Cowboys shaken up. Well, this one appears to be the most severe of the bunch as he heads off the field. There's been a lot more injuries than what we've included here today. A lot of them on kick and punts, as there's a great run from Mixon. Refuses to go down until the safety Farley meets him. But we're up to the 41. A little bit of some excitement after talking about a whole lot of injuries, and like I said, there have been a plenty. Madden maybe tone that down here in the Super Bowl as Mixon breaking off another big run, breaks 1, not by the second, but a second first down. He's definitely been the main guy for this offense, despite us kind of being shaped in a way that we were hopefully going to have a little bit more passing. It's primarily been running, but if it works, it works. As we throw here to Shepard, he gets his catch and a gain of 8. Already miles better than the first drive, knock on wood, as we're under a minute left here in the first quarter. Kyler making a change, then hands it off. Mixon trying to get to the outside, jukes by 1, but slowed down. No, not Mixon. Check that, it was Hill, who gets essentially just back to the line and takes a big hit by Simmons, leaving 3rd and 3. With a bunch up top, Shepard was down to the bottom. Trying to avoid the pass rush. Murray gets to the outside this time. He's at the 20 and takes a few hits, but the ball pops free. And I believe Shepard actually recovers it. Definitely thought it ended up in the hands of a Cowboy, but no, we maintain possession. And we're really needing a score here to start the second quarter. And it'll be from inside the red zone. With a bunch up top, Trey McBride down to the bottom. Will be a throw from Kyler all the way up top. Going to find Marvin Mims, who will lose a yard on the play. I feel like we haven't really seen much of Mims in the playoffs. He was a little bit more lively in the regular season, was our leading receiver, but haven't seen much of him for a few weeks as we find Shenault down to the inch line. He was our most prominent receiver the first couple seasons. Then obviously we drafted Green. Marvin Mims had a little bit of a breakout. Haven't seen him, and he doesn't finish this drive. Instead, it's Willis, the guy we needed to step up today due to injuries, and he will level this game up. So after a couple of defensive drives back-to-back, no scores, it's 2 straight drives, one for either team, ending in a touchdown as the Cowboys with a quick throw to start off with. They count it as a catch. Another one there for Smith. They've gone his way a few times as well. It's either been him or Rice for the most part. As they'll go down the middle here. Walker swallowed up at the line. Asamoah meets him. I feel like he's been a solid, strong safety in the box, in the running game. We haven't seen him do a whole lot in the passing game. Hasn't quite been tested, I feel like. As they check this one down with a first down, spinning away from a couple defenders. I don't know how Kenneth Walker stayed up on that one. The guy is a fun player to watch. with a 1st and 10 at about the 43, a little bit past the 43. Will be another quick drop back, and hey, there's a swat from the edge rusher in Gibson. Did it take me until the Super Bowl to finally learn his number? Maybe, but hey, better late than never. With a trip set up top, we go down to the bottom, finding Dulcich, not the first. We'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. I form. Imagine big versus big here. Who's going to get the push? Well, it's going to be Walker with a juke, a spin, and an extra yard, picking up the 1st down. Definitely changing up a lot of their formations. Keep this defense moving around. As Lamar Jackson setting up another throw. Check down. We'll find one of their tight ends for a gain of 6. Trey Flowers gets the tackle, leaving 2nd and 4. Is it going to be a play action? Not Kyler, that's our quarterback. Jackson. Instead, finding his receiver downfield, another 1st down just outside the red zone now. With another throw right down the seam and another catch. But a flag is down. Are they going to get us DPI here? Apparently, these refs, not like the real life ones, not scared to call those calls. Sure, that works with a 1st and 10. Goal line set right down the middle, though shy of the end zone. Walker only averaging slightly over 2 yards a carry, though they've been really impactful. 2 yards, looking for a 2nd touchdown, but swallowed up in the backfield. Rodney Perkins off the edge makes the big play. Another one whose number I have not quite learned until today. Again, better late than sorry. With a 3rd and goal, scrambling, spinning off of a sack, trying to get back to the middle. Murray Jr. with the stop at the 3. And the defense will force the field goal just after the 2-minute warning, leaving some time for our offense to hopefully answer back here. Now we do have Kyler Murray coming off of a 5-for-5 drive, though 1:54 and 3 timeouts remain here. As it's going to be a throw across the middle, we do find Marvin Mims with a gain of 7, letting that clock roll, saving those timeouts. We got a trips look up top, tight end McBride down to the bottom. Murray from the pocket, another quick throw. Going to be Chenault spinning off of one, but not breaking away. It's a 1st down, but we're only up to the 35. And we probably need to get to the opposite 35 or thereabout for the field goal. As Murray steps up, going deep, and it's picked off. Jump number 24 with a cut back in. Now they might have another field goal attempt. Davis the 3rd with the pick. Cowboys could very well capitalize here. Murray was looking for Chenault down the seam, and wasn't a bad read, just bad placement. Needed to put a lot more air under it. And now Jackson and the Cowboys offense can answer here as they start with Kenneth Walker almost breaking through the defense. Definitely his better run of the day. Nearly doubles his yards per carry as they're down to the 26. Under a minute left here. Again, they still have 3 timeouts, and that one was either offline or we got away with a DPI call. Or maybe even potentially holding. Either way, we got away with something. As it's 2nd and 10, 46 seconds left in this half. Quick screen to the outside, and Smith goes nowhere. Quick stop there by Oliver. 3rd and 11 after their 1st timeout. They still have a pair remaining. Trips look up top, going right down the middle. Tried to say right down the seam, but it was the stop route. It will be a field goal attempt here, as they called their 2nd timeout from about the 26, make it a 36-yarder right down the middle. But with just about 30 seconds left in this half and us having 2 timeouts, let's see what we could do here. Don't remember where we spent our 1st timeout, but we're going to get the ball out to Mixon here, who does not break the tackle, but does at least pick up the 1st down. Just need to get back to the line quickly. As the clock ticking under about 15 seconds. Still have a couple timeouts if we need to use them. That pass greatly overthrown, though. There definitely wasn't that much separation between Shepard and the cornerback, leaving us with 8 seconds. If we wanted a field goal attempt, we would have to get down there extremely quickly. We do still have a pair of timeouts, though no one to really throw to here. Lob this one up, trying to find McBride, who can't bring it in, and he probably wasn't going to make it to the end zone either way. So that is where we go into half, currently down 6 points based off of 2 field goals. Offense only managing 1 score. Defense hasn't been awful, but definitely some things to clean up. But luckily for us, we do start with the ball after halftime. A great chance for us to try to take a 1-point lead would be preferred, as it's going to be a play action, play one, and I guess McBride heard the footsteps. He drops the easy catch. And we'll come out right after that, going empty. Daringham in the passing game with a quick throw, holding on to it Marvin Mims, as an injury comes in for another Dallas defender. It's at least been a fair bit since one of the previous ones, but still way too many for one game. A 3rd and 5 here for Kyler. Going down to the bottom and caught. Shepard somehow grabs it right in front of the defender. I want to say that was Davis in coverage, who just about a half step behind, as we have a first down at about the 43 here. Gonna go to Mixon, trying to find some space, but not much. Just back to the line. He did pretty well for about a drive. Outside of that, not much from him, nor really anyone on this offense. Needs some big plays as we go deep, holding on, that time by Mixon. Needed one of those big plays. We called him out and he delivered. Now if we could just do that a few more times and get ourselves into the end zone here. Need to at least have 14 points in this game. With Mixon down to the bottom, waiting, finding a little bit of some space down the middle, picking up 6. We do have a pretty good offensive line. I would imagine they would dominate most defenses, but you don't quite really see that much in Madden. With a good juke there, Mixon nearly breaking away, but does manage the first. Now we are also facing a really good defense. They got big names on all 3 levels. With a 1st and 10 for us just outside the red zone. Kyler going for the dig route, spinning off Chenault Jr. and picking up maybe an extra yard or yard and a half. As we'll change up our look here. Going with a tight single back set. Murray, though, making a check at the line. Imagine we go with a run here. No, I'm okay. Apparently not, as that one's thrown right to, I believe it was Mack, getting the interception intended for the drag route. Kyler just didn't see him lurking. 2 interceptions for a quarterback on the day. And you know it's never good when you throw an interception to an edge rusher. As the Dallas Cowboys offense takes over at the 16. We were close to the end zone, but just didn't manage it very well. Robertson gets the stop on the quick throw. Would have liked a pick in return, leaving 2nd and 7 with a weak eye. Though going to motion that over to a strong eye. Also 2 tight ends up top as they go with a stretch to the outside. Okoronkwo slows him down and Murray Jr. cleans it up. Could really do with getting off the field here. 3rd and 4. It's an empty look for Jackson. He hasn't really ran much today, and he hasn't needed to. The arm is getting the job done. 17 of 20 for near 200 yards. And they really haven't been doing anything crazy. Just a lot of quick throws. They're just finding the gaps. Defense needs to come up with a big play quickly as they go back across the middle once again. Gain of 6. A lot more passing than running for this Cowboys offense. But again, they're a top 5 passing team. As they go with a run here, that goes nowhere. 2.5 yards a carry from Walker. Though every time he touches the ball, makes you think like something could happen. As we have another 3rd and 4. Jackson across the middle, holding on to it through a pair of hits is Devontae Smith. Another first down. This defense may have met their match here. It's been a tough battle for sure. Cowboys offense is dinking and diming all the way down the field as Kenneth Walker bursts through there for a gain of 5. As that'll leave him with 2nd and 5. Jackson making a check from the line here. They have 1 receiver down to the bottom, 1 up top. They go down to Rice, who's just, he's finding the little gaps. We're playing a whole lot of off zone, it seems like. Maybe switch it up with some press man. I know we got the guys for it. With the 1st and 10, they're inside the 40. Time expiring here in the 3rd. Maybe have time for a couple more plays as they go the stretch up top. A good juke there. Walker with the first down and not going to get much more after. They are poised for more points here unless we could force a turnover. As time ticking off the clock here, they'll get the ball off before the end of the quarter. Going across the middle and drop that time by Rice. And we need to have ourselves a really big 4th quarter here. Can't really give up many points. And we need to find some points. Up to this point of all the series, I don't feel like we've lost a Super Bowl. I know we've lost in some playoffs, but I can't remember if we've lost a Super Bowl. As Murray finds Walker there with the stop, leaving 3rd and 2. They get the pass off and another first down. Dulcich. And apparently they could gain a first down with about a hairline before the goal line. As they'll hand it off Walker down the middle. A short gain of 2. Honestly, at this point, Cowboys could even start milking clock as they come out with a strong eye. Jackson with a check, going to turn it into a pass. Going down towards the corner, it's tipped away by Oliver. Could have used a pick there. Though not giving up points, probably a little bit more key. As it'll be a spread look, 3 up top, or no check that. Going to turn it into a 2 receiver stack up top. 1 down to the bottom is Smith. Jackson from the pocket stepping up. He's going to scramble into the end zone. A near 2-touchdown game for the Cowboys. And it will be a full 2-touchdown lead that they're going for here. With an empty look, they have 4 guys up top, going all the way up top. Walker drops it. He could have walked it in. Instead, it's a 12-point game, 6:25 on the clock. Well, it's now or never for this offense. We need some points. Need to have at least 20 by the time that clock hits triple zeros. As we go with the throw, we're going to find Shepard. A gain of 6. We're going to need a little bit more than these short little dink and dunks. Now limited time is left. We need 2 scores, including a stop on defense. Will be a split backfield here from shotgun. Going up top and with another tight grab, going to be Marvin Mims. But if we're averaging only 2 plays a minute, it's not looking good. Need to speed up this offense, Kyler. As there will be another throw across the middle and will find the target. Marvin Mims on back-to-back catches. He's rallied 5 for 35. Not fantastic. Would prefer him to have at least a first down per reception. As again from the pocket, dumping this one off. Chenault with a catch, but just a gain of 4. But I feel like it's time for some intervention here. We're not getting the ball downfield, and that's what we need to be doing. So let's jump out here, try to see if we can help out with this drive as we have to dump it off ourselves, but avoid the sack. We pick up some. We can just really use with that some being a lot more, as it's 3rd and 4. Need to at least pick up the first down here. Stepping up in the pocket, why not scramble here? Kyler hasn't scrambled since his earlier fumble, and it'll get out of bounds. He takes the hit, no flag given. But we definitely have some speed out there with Chenault, Mims. Shepard not so much, but we got to be able to use at least some of the speed we have out here. As we go across for Marvin, it's overthrown. And on top of it, our left guard is injured. Wanya Morris out now. As we're about 4 minutes left in this one. Gonna try to set up the halfback screen, and Murray didn't get the ball out in time. Make it 3rd and 20. We're definitely in 4-down territory. With limited time here, we need 2 scores. Hard count. I can't tell if Jenkins jumped or if the D lineman jumped. Well, they will call it on Kinlaw, giving us at least a free 5 yards. They're still leaving 3rd and 5, or 3rd and 15. 3rd and 5 would be a whole lot nicer. As we're rolling here, someone needs to go somewhere. We find Trey McBride, who breaks the tackle and picking up the first down. A gutsy decision there from Kyler to let that one rip, but that might have just saved us. As we get back to the line quickly. Once again, stepping up in the pocket, tried to get it out to Mixon, but ball cannot make it there when you take that big of a hit. Just over 3 minutes now, still needing a touchdown, a stop on defense, and another touchdown. We just have to find at least one of those here. Stepping up again, Kyler is going to scramble, sliding down with a first down, make it 1st and goal. They'll get back to the line quickly here. Under 3 minutes now. Snapping the ball, Kyler. Once again, he's going to step up and take the sack. Didn't see the incoming defender in Montez Sweat. So we'll get back to the line quickly once again. We have some RPO options, though we're going to hand this one off. Mixon down the middle. Kept those legs moving, but he's not in, and now he's shaken up. Luckily outside the 2-minute warning, so it doesn't use one of our timeouts, but he's headed off the field. And we have 2 plays left to get this ball in the end zone. As we're setting up a couple different options, Kyler doesn't get it off in time, didn't see the blitz, and now it's 3rd and goal, but 13 yards away. As we'll have just 1 play left here before the 2-minute warning, and we'll have to get the play off before then if we're to have a chance. As we have Shepard, who can't get it. The defender makes the play. The ball needed to get there a little bit quicker, but we needed that arc. It will be a turnover on downs. And unless the defense can make a miraculous play here, as we're just about at the 2-minute warning, they could really run out clock. We're still down 2 possessions. It will be a handoff. Walker with a little bit of space will pick up some yards in a quick 2-minute warning session. No animations, anything, just straight on through. As we do have 3 timeouts, it's a 2nd and 5. They go back right down the middle with a first down and a whole lot more. Up to about the 35. That just might have sealed our fate here. It looks like we will be going on to at least 1 more season. Unless we could strip the ball, get a scoop and score onside, and then get a touchdown. That's about what we're looking at here. We do get the stop. 3rd and 6, no more timeouts. First down ends it. Lamar Jackson hands it off down the middle, and it's going to be a stop by Okoronkwo. We'll get the ball back one more time on offense. Now with a whole minute and 2 seconds remaining, we have no timeouts and we need 2 touchdowns. Gotta find something here quickly. With a back shoulder throw, tipped away by Davis. These DBs have really been locked down. The defensive line has gotten the pass rush. They've sent some timely blitzes as well. But Chenault Jr. has the step, but that step disappears. The speed of Taylor to recover. And now we have a 3rd and 10. Need to focus on at least picking up a first down. Making a change, Kyler Murray. Gonna have McBride go on the slant. Try to at least open that up, which we will go his way. With the grab, he's up to midfield and past midfield to around the 45. With 45 seconds and now a whole lot less with the hurry up time. Under 30, under 25, as the clock is moving. Trying to roll out, trying to find someone here. Towards the sideline, we find Willis, but a flag is down. Did Kyler pass the line before releasing? That's exactly what the flag is. Well, at this point, I'm sure the odds in Vegas are like 0.501 to making this a win here for us. We need something. Right down the seam, we have Shepard, who's not going to get into the end zone, and there's probably not much time. No, there is no time. The Cowboys come in and dominate us in the Super Bowl. It's a low-scoring domination, 19-7. Offense could not get going at all against this defense, and our defense just gave up some plays here and there. And it's going to be a loss for us in the Super Bowl. The Central Plains States Only Challenge is not over yet. And unfortunately, it's now time to focus on the next season. Starting with the offseason, again, we'll go back to the same format of the entire offseason and regular season all in one episode, and hopefully we make it back to the Super Bowl next time. Now, for a quick little preview of what might be happening when we do get to the offseason, we'll take a quick look as a reminder of what this next draft class holds for us, because we weren't really paying a whole lot of attention to it because we were definitely on our way to the postseason and hopefully it was going to be a good one. Now, there is a top 5 quarterback in Dustin Durant out of Oklahoma State. Do we need to go after quarterback? I don't think we do. He does look like he could be a pretty good one. Even the day 3 guy here in Addison Frazier out of Colorado looks like he could also be pretty solid. Now, I do think we might need some help at running back outside of Mixon. We did not see much. There is Brian Harrison at day 3, who's honestly, his ratings don't look all too bad either. At receiver, there is Eddie Pemberton, and he doesn't look like he's going to be very fantastic, so probably not going to be adding any more receivers. I feel like we could use some extra tight ends just to help out, and there is Chad Collins here out of OU, and his ratings do look really intriguing in the round 3 to 4. As for the offensive line, who knows if we're going to end up losing any more guys or regression going to hit. Bakhtiari, I know, is getting up in age as well. Unfortunately, there's really not a whole lot of guys for this offensive line. The best, at least in terms of projection, is a day 3 in Leonard Foreman, though his ratings also don't look too bad. Might need to spend some time scouting him in the offseason. As for the defensive line, there's a day 3 left end, a day 3 right end, and no DTs. So again, it doesn't look like we're really going to be able to do much for this defensive line. There was at least a B power move for Joe Robinson. If we are to find anyone for the defensive line, it might actually be at a left outside linebacker, and maybe we could shake some things up from there. There is Darnell McDaniels around 2 to 3. We'll see if we need to go after any of these guys. There also is a middle linebacker who does have some intriguing ratings, though they're not for sure, so he might be another guy we need to have a little bit more scouting on just to see if we need to go that way. As for the cornerback group, no one. There are some safeties, and we might need some help at safety, though. Eric Bridge is around 1 to 2, but actually a true 2 to 3, so not great there. As for the strong safety, there is a day 3 who is a day 3. So potentially round 2 to 3 might be in play for us, but there's not a whole lot of first round talent. So who knows? Maybe we do go after the top 5 quarterback and just see what the possibilities could be. As for possible retirees, Tress Way is going to be turning 36 at punter. He might retire. Bakhtiari is going to be 34. He's either going to regress or retire. And Sterling Shepard felt like it would probably be more of a 1-year stopgap. We'll see if he ends up regressing much. He's going to be turning 33 already. Isn't a very fast guy. But outside of that, we shouldn't see too much change. I don't imagine Ogba's going to regress all too much. He's had some pretty decent stats. Jordan Phillips, I don't think he was even in the starting rotation this year, so we'll see what happens there. Backup quarterback getting a little bit older. But all in all, a lot of our guys are getting older, so we'll see what happens. This might have been our prime year to make the Super Bowl. We'll see if we can make it in back-to-back years next time. So make sure you guys are hitting that bell icon on the bottom right, or scroll down, hit the actual subscription button, and subscribe to the channel. Definitely make sure you're tapping that bell icon to be notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Wednesday and Saturday, with a traditional Rams franchise every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So a whole lot of content coming every single week, plus the shorts highlighting everything. We got a whole lot coming, so do not miss out, as we will go through season 4 and the off season next time. So we'll see you then. Goodbye.
How it's supposed to feel.